Greetings, Hollywood Knights. It is I, the real Manos. That's good. I have a new video, and it is the review of The Dark Knight Rises. Now, I'm going to do this video in two parts. Since people seem to be a little oversensitive about this film, I'm going to do it with a non-spoiler half and then a spoiler half, because I don't feel like I can accurately discuss my feelings on this film unless I discuss specific things in the movie. So let's talk about the film in a friendly, non-spoiler way, just in case you haven't seen the film yet. And of course, it is the third film in the Christopher Nolan trilogy that really rebuilt Batman, the film franchise, starring Christian Bale as Batman, Morgan Freeman as Lucius Fox, Michael Caine as Alfred Pennyworth, and Gary Oldman as Commissioner Gordon, which is one of my favorite castings, actually. Okay, now here's how we go. Here's how we're going to do this. The film has the new cast, which includes Anne Hathaway as Catwoman, Tom Hardy as Bane, and let's see, Joseph Gordon-Levitt as some guy. Also, Marianne Cotillard as Miss Tate, and then there's a few other actors here and there, like Matthew Modine as a guy who looks like Chief O'Hara, and the guy playing Roland Daggett. It's cool seeing Roland Daggett in this movie. He's a minor Batman villain who's basically like an evil, corrupt CEO guy. He appears a few times in the Batman animated series. Let's see, Ed Asner voiced that character, just in case you're wondering. Anyway, he's a jerk. Alright, now, this film takes place 8 years after the events of Dark Knight, which, of course, everybody knows was the Joker, Harvey Dent, Two-Face movie. And at the end of that, Batman saves Gordon from Two-Face, allowing Harvey to die, and takes credit for his murders so they can lionize Harvey and sort of combat Joker's plan to kind of like destroy Gotham's soul by, destroying their greatest hero. Instead, they took that around and like turned him, lionized him, sort of like Lincoln or Kennedy. And it's kind of worked. Matter of fact, it's worked so well, it's almost like the Adam West Gotham. Everything's kind of cool. Everything's awesome. They have the Dent Act, which works like sort of the three strikes law, which has been packing Blackgate Prison for years. Which, by the way, if in Gotham, what you want to do is like load up and overcrowd that prison. That's some good thinking. Anyway, Bruce Wayne is kind of out of the picture. He's kind of given up. He's obviously injured his leg, and he's kind of looking older. He's scruffy. He looks limping around. He looks like an old-time sheriff, and he really doesn't. And he's also, doesn't want to be chased by the cops all the time. So he's kind of quit. He's retired. He feels like maybe he did the job he was setting out to do. And Gordon has been going on, kind of giving speeches and praising Harvey Dent and kind of, being the front man for all this. Well, everything's got to get screwed up somehow. So Bane has come to town, and he has a secret evil plan, which partly involves getting Bruce Wayne's fingertips, which is why he kind of hired through Roland Daggett, Catwoman, who, got his fingerprints. And that scene, by the way, is fantastic. I mean, second one, I am in love with Anne Hathaway's Catwoman. Well, let's see. I'm going to have to kind of explain this in a non-spoiler way. Batman comes back, and Bane does something really bad, and Gotham's in danger, and Batman needs to come back, and then stuff happens. The end. Yeah, I think that's the best way I can explain it. Now, before I go on to non-spoiler, let me just say that this is a very good, solid ending to this trilogy. I think Nolan should be commended for just the brilliant work he did in this whole film series. I don't think this film is as good as the other two. Batman Begins and Dark Knight, I think are just a little bit uh, just a little bit better than this movie. Actually, a bit better. But you know what? This ain't Spider-Man 3. This ain't X-Men 3. This is a cut above those, easily. I think what he does, he turns in, a fairly satisfying ending to the film, with plot holes here and there, and maybe some emotional punch missing here and there. But, otherwise, it's a really good ending for the film, and is it the one I totally was hoping for? Well, maybe not completely, but it's good. I'm satisfied. So there. I'm going to save my RAM chips, but let me just tell you, it's worth seeing. Go see it. Have fun. Now, time to switch over to the spoiler version. Now, I'm going to give you a moment, in case, I don't know, you're far away from the computer or something, or you can't turn off, or, I'll just, wait a second. Alright, now, you done? Okay, everybody gone that hasn't seen the film yet? Good. Alright, now it's just you and me. And let's start off with the beginning of the film, where Bruce Wayne has been taking, let's say, a sabbatical. Now, he's done that a couple of times in the comics, but frankly, 8-year break. And the fact that, Gotham streets are totally cool, and it doesn't really need him, I do find that a little hard to believe. I mean, even the streets of New York right now, which are fairly, it's a fairly safer New York City these days than it was like 20 years ago, but I mean, there's still crime. I still have a little trouble believing that someone like Batman, obsessed as Batman, would not find some kind of psychological way to keep going. And his resolution to the broken leg, or the fucked up leg that he has, seemed a little hard to buy. Like, he puts a rubber band and stick around it, basically, and it's, hey, better than new, he can break bricks with it. It's like, what? Wait, he was like hobbling around like an old woman for a while, and like now he's like, super kung fu man. I will say, his first scene with Anne Hathaway is just amazing, and the relationship between his Bruce and Anne Hathaway's Catwoman is just pitch perfect from second one. I love the Pearl bit, and that's so Catwoman. I've always loved it when Catwoman steals shit from Batman. It always makes me laugh. Like, only she could get away with doing crap like that. And Anne Hathaway is fantastic in this movie, and shame on you for doubting her. Didn't I say something along the lines of, we didn't think Heath Ledger would be a good Joker, did we? And then, he turned out to be the best thing ever as the Joker. And, well, gee, look what happened with Anne Hathaway. They're actors. They get paid to act. She doesn't come on set and go, beep beep, fuck you! She doesn't come on set, go, hey, I'm doing Princess Diaries again. It's like, no, they get hired to do the movies. It's how they direct it. And she's turned out serious performances before. The fact that a lot of her doubters had only seen one movie, I think says a lot. But it's great seeing a non-supernatural, non-bullshit cat powers Catwoman in this movie. But by the way, cats don't really have cat powers. They don't really resurrect. If you shoot one in the head right now, it's going to stay dead. That's just a wise tale. But holy crap, every one of her scenes is great. Matter of fact, she, as far as I'm concerned, is the best thing in this movie, frankly. I mean, when she's on the screen, the film really does come alive. There are portions of the film, there are times in this movie where I feel like the film is just a little too I don't want to say depressing for its own good, but yeah, kind of sometimes. And she really does perk the film up. Like, every time you see her, like, oh, thank God, Catwoman's here to do something, or say something, whatever. And she's like an evil Audrey Hepburn, and she just works just perfect. I would love a Catwoman film. Matter of fact, my only fear of Catwoman in this movie was not so much about her performance, was Christopher Nolan's writing of her, because I've never thought that Christopher Nolan has really done female characters very well. I've never been really too impressed with his work with the female characters in the movie. It's as if he doesn't give a shit about them. It's like, well, they got to be in the movie because women exist, so obviously somebody's going to like bump into one of them. Might as well put one in my movie. I don't know. It's just Josh Whedon. He ain't. But I think given what we have, I think she is just amazing, and I love it. Thomas Hardy as Bane really does put the nails in the coffin for the public, non-comic book geeky image of Bane. Thank God. Thank you, Tom Hardy. Thank you, Christopher Nolan. And his opening action sequence is just mesmerizing, and you know that's all real stuff with the real plane. And you know, I know Nolan doesn't really care much for CG and wants to use it as little as possible. And that's right out of a great Bond sequence, actually. He's scary and menacing, partly because he's so smart and dangerous, and his men will literally do anything for him. If he tells one, I need you to die right here, because, you know, I need one of your guys to be in the wreckage, they'll go, oh yeah, okay, yeah, alright, Ben. I mean, not even like going, hey, can it be Steve? No. That's it. Now, that's also scary too, actually. And I will say I will be one of those that will complain a little bit about the voice. It's weird. Like, some scenes, his voice is perfect, and you can hear everything, and it's menacing and scary and nice, kind of James Earl Jones, Darth Vader scary and, you know, menacing. And then there are other times where he says something and it's like, whoa, what? I didn't eat. That was Charlie Brown teacher dialogue, because I didn't get that. And I don't blame so much the accent. I blame the electronic method that, you know, his voice is done. I don't know. It's just sometimes it just, there's too much interference or something. I don't know. It just doesn't sound great in some scenes. I'm not sure why they went with that. I mean, it's like, you know, it's a movie. You know, I know he probably will have like a hard to sound voice in real life, but come on, you know, it's a movie. I gotta hear what he's saying. He's the bad guy. Commissioner Gordon is great. Gary Oldman is, I love. Excuse me. I love him in this role. He is just a fantastic Commissioner Gordon. Let's see. Morgan Freeman is good. He doesn't have too much to do. Neither does Michael Caine. But Michael Caine, in his few scenes, are just wonderful. That scene in the hallway where he and Bruce have it out is just, you know, gut-wrenching right there. And what's interesting is just kind of just happens. You know, it's just very casual the way it starts, and then it starts getting more and more serious. That was pretty good writing there. And Cody Ayer is really good. And when she has her moment, you know, because, okay, now we're all talking non-spoiler, right? Okay, I mean, no, this is spoiler. Excuse me. We're all talking spoilers, right? I assume if you're watching this point of the video, you've seen the movie, so it's cool. So don't get pissed at me. But when we get that change in her at the end, I was thinking, like, man, is this ever... Because I was one of those who suspected that she was going to be Talia. As soon as they cast her, it's like, well, that's a name actress. She's kind of foreign-ish. That's probably going to be Talia. And they're, oh, no, who knows? Oh, it's an important character tape we just made up. Yeah, whatever. I've seen the other Nolan Batman films. I know what they do. So... you know, my assumption from the get-go was she was going to be Talia. And then, like, within a couple of minutes of her reveal, I thought, wow, we're getting really late into this film. I'm beginning to wonder if she is Talia. And then, the moment where we discover is just that was really good. I know people who don't read Batman comics and don't know who Talia is. That was probably a really shocking moment for them. For me, it was like, oh, thank God. Oh, finally. uh, and the action sequences are just very impressive. A lot of that stuff is done, like the big bat plane is, it was like a big prop that was like yanked around the city like on a crane, with the exception of, some flying scenes that just had to be CG. And lastly, let me get to Christian Bale's performance. Christian Bale's performance, I think this may be his best turn as Batman, actually. I think he really, I mean, he's played the role, twice now. He's kind of like, figured out his version of Batman. And also, I think this film gives him the chance to really play destroyed, fucked up Batman Bruce Wayne, which is something he likes. I think he does like self-destructive characters. And, he gets to do that a couple times in the movie. He's quite good. And now, complaining about Bane's voice, well, that doesn't seem to be a problem this time around with Batman's voice. Batman's voice was perfect. I didn't have any issues whatsoever with how his voice sounded here and there. I think they figured out that too, which is great. So, it didn't disrupt, a great performance. Like, I thought his performance in Dark Knight was great, but there were moments like, well, ooh, that delivery was weird. And I do think that was kind of post-edit stuff. Now, some of my problems is, like I mentioned, I had some kind of issues with Bruce Wayne's sabbatical, and his healing after being broken by Bane. It wasn't broken as bad as he was in the comics. By the way, I mean, I just kind of did go a little quiet when he lifted him up over his head. It's like, oh man, they're really going to do it. And let's see. I do think his healing process was a little unbelievable. In a film series that prides itself on how realistic it is, he has this doctor guy in this dingy Indian prison that is run by bodybuilders, and one of his vertebrae is poking out of his back, and all he does is push his back. And then now he can climb ropes. And yeah, it's 3 months. But come on. 3 months? Just 3 months? He's climbing up a rope and falling. And like his full weight is like hitting. I mean, he should have died on that first one. At that point I was like hoping like, oh man, I hope we get the Lazarus Pit. Because, it's like, I was beginning to think like, oh, maybe Nolan is like saved up all his realism and is going to use the Lazarus Pit and stuff like that. And, that would be fine. I think audiences who prefer the realistic Batman will be fine. We've come this way. And no, he has a guy push his back and treat him in a very, very unsanitary, filthy prison. I mean, the place is about as sanitary as Torgo's bathroom. And we're supposed to believe that this is where he's healing. I don't know. That was a little much. That was a little hard to believe. I could believe, a nuclear bomb, being pulled by a bat plane just off the coast. I can believe that. But his healing process really, that did kind of take me out of the film actually. And when he was like falling and falling and falling, it was like that third time when he was climbing, I was like, you know what, he better make it this time because otherwise I'm walking out. Because I'm not going to sit here for an hour while he continues to struggle and sweat and do push-ups while everyone is fucking dying. Thankfully, he made it on that third one. Joseph Gordon-Levitt's performance was, of course, good and solid. He does the nerdy action guy role really well. I'm sure Shia LaBeouf hates him for stealing that career. He's very, very good in this kind of thankless role, and he's actually... His character is my least favorite character in the movie. I think the film could have been fine without him. And I think there's a lot of his character in this movie, and every time he's on screen, I was like, oh God, why does he have to always be here? He's not in the comics. I mean, maybe we could have had like one of the comic book cops characters, like Montoya or something, in this movie. Yeah, I didn't enjoy his character at all. And the end, when we realize who he's supposed to kind of be, is lame. I know a lot of fans will go, "Oh, that was so awesome," but you know what? I remember thinking, "Oh man, that's almost Schumacher lame." The way they kind of say his name is Robin or something like that. It's like, you know, they didn't need that. You know, hiding Talia's identity was necessary. I get that. Hiding his identity with like another name and then his real name is Robin or something like that. Oh man, that was just, I didn't care for that. He's definitely my least favorite. I mean, if it was up to me, he wouldn't have been in the movie, frankly. Although I was thinking that if he had to be this character that replaces Batman or something like that, how awesome would it have been if they had not told us his name? You know, Fight Club style. Fight Club narrator style, just like constantly refer to him as officer, or detective, or blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, when the woman, you know, calls his name to have him pick up his stuff, she reads the name Terry McGinnis? I mean, and then we get to that montage of him going into the cave and stuff like that. How fucking awesome would that have been? But that's not the movie they made. Oh, let's see. Am I forgetting anything? Oh, I'm kind of going on here. I'm gonna just say this. You know, once I enjoyed this film for the most part. I don't think this film is the smartest film ever. I think having something that's dark and complex doesn't automatically make something more intelligent than the next action summer movie. Because basically we have a big fight and a hero pulling a nuclear bomb out of a city to save it. We just saw a movie like that with superheroes about a month ago, and same movie. So, you know, it's not any more intelligent than any other action film. It's just really well done, and it could have been a little bit better. I've been kind of struggling on how I felt about this film for the last 2 days. Which says a lot about, you know, the power of this film and its fan base and, you know, what it means to me as well. I'm gonna give it 4.5 Ram chips. I'm not gonna give it a full 5. I think that belongs to Batman Begins and Dark Knight. I think this is slightly under those two films. I feel it's a fairly good ending. Not the ending I wanted to see, but, you know, it's not my movie. I didn't make it. So I can't really sit back and go, well, you fucked it up. No, I can't do that. There are just some things that Bruce Wayne does in this movie that, I don't know, it seems to have taken a split away from what I consider kind of be the classic, you know, comic book Bruce Wayne into sort of Nolan's Batman, who kind of wants to get out of the Batman business, where the comic book Batman can't really do it. He doesn't have it in him to lead the life, and this one does. And I don't know. I do enjoy the fact that, as with the other two, cherry-picked some of the best moments from some of my favorite Batman stories. So good work there. And I think that's about it. I'm going to give it 4.5 Ram chips, and I hope you liked it, and I think that's it. Push the button, Lindsay.